Hello, this is Jim Kellner, certified hypnotherapist. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this hypnotic process, which has been designed to help you to tap into the strength of your imagination and the power of your subconscious mind to work together with your partner to achieve a desired outcome. Please do not listen to this or any hypnotic process while driving or moving around. It is best experienced while sitting or lying down with your eyes closed in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Listening once, twice, even 3 times a day is best. The more often you listen, the better your results. For more information on this and other tools for transformation, please visit JimKellnerHypnotist.com. And so if you will, please begin by taking a few relaxing breaths and just make yourself comfortable, sitting or lying down, with your eyes closed, in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. As a reminder, it's never safe or advisable to listen to hypnosis recordings while
you don't need to pay attention on
moving around or driving or operating any kind of machinery.
Mind takes in everything that you need to hear.
And as you're relaxing there, you can just focus, if you will, on your goals and your intentions for today's session.
Upon awakening.
Because right now you have a challenge that you've accepted.
Every choice counts. Every decision matters.
As partners. And there will come other challenges that you two will
The possibility of failure.
work on together in the future. And so focusing on today's goals,
Word that I utter,
desired outcomes, your ambitions,
and deeper to
you could let your mind wander to what it's going to be like
individual.
when you join hands together at the end of this challenge. Feeling so happy, so glad that you did it. And as you continue to allow your breathing to become a bit slower, a bit more rhythmic,
Sometimes the best way to make
you might just begin to imagine some gentle waves of relaxation moving from the top of your head all the way down to the bottoms of your feet
picture of your future.
and the tips of your fingers.
Are there resources that you should seek out
That's
to
right.
help you to reach your goal
You're doing perfectly, just relaxing, just
today?
letting go. Because it feels so good to just let go. Letting go of all outside thoughts, cares, and concerns. As those gentle waves of relaxation
One can
continue
decide
to
go
soothe
deeper into hypnosis anytime they'd like,
and relax
even deeper.
every muscle in the body.
You are stronger and more capable.
You can allow all outside sounds and distractions to guide you right back to my voice. Soon, in fact, you don't even notice those outside sounds and distractions because
One need
you're
not
focusing on my voice.
to be perfectly successful.
And it might be interesting now to just imagine that you're standing in front of a chalkboard or a whiteboard
What steps would you need to take
where you draw a great big circle, and within that circle,
in the direction of your goals?
you could begin to draw the letters of the alphabet and then erase them,
You are releasing any and all resistance.
writing the letter A and erasing it, the letter B and erasing it, moving all the way through the alphabet, and then, if you'd like, you could even come all the way back.
No one.
Because you don't need to pay attention to the words that I'm saying on a conscious level. everything that you need to hear is
each and every day.
being taken in by the other than conscious mind,
Can you see
where
that
deep
momentum?
changes can be affected.
Others have achieved their goals.
And it doesn't really matter if you can imagine all of the things that I talk about today, because you can just
That's right.
pretend,
You're doing perfect.
knowing that each and every time that you listen to this or any hypnotic process, your ability to imagine is improving, intensifying. Good, that's right. You're doing perfectly. And even as you continue to imagine gentle waves of relaxation moving through your body, you can continue writing letters on the alphabet. And with another part of your mind, you could even
choose to reject these positive
move
suggestions.
forward again in
That's
time,
why you're listening.
looking forward to new challenges which are strengthening your bond, the connection that
Perhaps
you
realize
have.
that you handle every situation, every individual, more effectively and more efficiently.
At times your body may feel the need to shift or move a bit, and that's okay. It's just releasing tension. You may find that as soon as that tension is released, you'll be able to relax
That you are a truly
even
great
more,
person
going deeper
within
than before. It feels so good to relax. It feels so
All
good to
outside
just
sounds, distractions, and even movements of the body guide you deeper and deeper
let go.
into hypnosis.
Good. And as you're there now, just relaxing comfortably,
That which we
continuing
find
to
most difficult,
think about
we
those
often
things that you're thinking about, and refusing to think about those things that you've refused to think about. Because things can happen outside of awareness.
can you think of or
Perhaps
see
now
anything
you find
might
that you're
prevent you from being
there.
successful?
Standing or sitting next to that
You can just ignore any suggestions that don't sound
special
quite right
person,
for you. Your other than
your
conscious
partner.
mind is grasping everything.
and you look at each other
See and hear,
and you smile.
and
And you
leave
give
the rest
yourselves that
behind.
knowing look, because you know what you two have decided to
Everything that you need is within you
do
now.
today. You're on a journey of life together, and before you, you see this part of the journey, which some might
That's right.
describe as a challenge. Perhaps you've decided to think of it as an adventure.
Even deeper.
An adventure in how you can overcome obstacles,
It feels so good to relax.
how you can climb the highest mountain
It feels so good to
together.
just let go.
And each and every time that you climb another mountain together, it strengthens your bond.
Letting go of all outside sounds, distractions,
And it makes you excited to find out
cares of
what other kinds of challenges you can overcome.
just
Because you know that working together, you too can do anything. And you've already faced challenges,
it's becoming easier
haven't you?
to create a clear picture of you.
and yet here you are looking into the eyes of that person
Each of these positive suggestions
that you love and care about. And you can see the love and care that they have for you, and I wonder if that bond is growing even stronger as you're listening to my voice right now,
times you'll find yourself pausing
feeling a
in front of
connection from heart to heart, from mind to mind.
I love myself.
And in your mind's eye, you could reach out and grab their hand
I am beneath. No.
and give them a nod as you decide to embark on this adventure together. Because you know that two people together
Have you already noticed
are stronger
changes
than
occurring for you?
two people apart. And so you've decided to set aside anything that could get in your way, any kind of ego or
This warm and wonderful state
fear,
hypnosis, you go even deeper. Deeper now.
any of those things that could be labeled as negative, which could get in the way, you've decided to just
For you.
set them aside. And even if you're having some difficulties in areas of your life, you can set those aside for this time, for this next little while, so that you can focus solely on this
Is to create it.
important adventure.
Create it. Now.
And I wonder if you can imagine in your eye
As early as
right
you
now the
may
completion
find
of that
happier, more grateful and content with your life,
adventure.
while moving ever steadily in the direction.
Perhaps you can see it on a tall mountain there in the distance. Perhaps you've begun to notice how your heart is beating a bit faster as you feel that excitement.
Of health. Your other than conscious
That excitement,
mind knows just how to
like
put
kids
everything
do when they're
into its original
playing,
place of health and wealth.
imagining things. You could feel that same sense of wonder and excitement that you did as a child
You're doing perfectly.
as you pull your partner with you. Almost to say, let's go, let's get this right here, right now. Together we can
Discover
do
that your eyes don't
anything. And perhaps you have
want, and you go 10 times
certain
deeper.
words, certain phrases that you'd like to say to each other. Perhaps you've decided on something to represent this adventure, and
Being
you can say that right now if you'd like, to
Are you
them,
ready to be
to
uncomfortable
yourself,
while remaining
as you begin to move along
and secure?
that journey to embracing that adventure.
Your self-esteem, your self-confidence
And as you're moving
is
along on
rising
this
each and every
adventure,
time that you listen to this or
you may stumble from time to time, and your partner may stumble as well. In fact, you may find now as you look back, maybe your partner has fallen back a little bit, and you
believe it,
wait for them.
to see it,
You reach out to your partner and you pull them to you.
to achieve it.
You smile at them. You embrace them and remind them of just
The
how
mind can
important
conceive, the mind
this
can
adventure,
achieve.
this goal is to the both of you. And as you're now talking
Listening to
with your
hypnosis is
partner,
a wonderful,
you can
relaxing
discuss
experience. You
some
always
of
make
those
the time
reasons
to listen
why
to
it's
these
so
processes,
important
because it feels so
to you.
good.
In your mind's eye, talking with them about why you want to complete this adventure.
What would need
And you
to
listen to them as they tell you their most important reasons for
to your goal?
embarking on this adventure with you. And perhaps you both recognize that
To be happy,
one of the most important reasons to complete this adventure together is that it strengthens you.
you don't have
As a
to
couple.
understand how this works.
It strengthens that bond because each of these challenges, these adventures that you embark on together,
Have you already noticed that it's
causes
getting
you to
easier every day?
form a stronger bond, to become more connected than ever. And so as you continue along on your journey,
At times
you may find that there are things that distract you,
times or places.
that would pull you away from this important goal, but you can make the decision right now to refuse to allow any distractions to get in your way.
One need not
Because you know how important this is, and you realize that once this
One could just
goal, this adventure is completed,
one could
you'll have even more time, more energy to devote to those other things that are important to you and your partner.
a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing.
And you can really set in your mind that no matter what gets in the way,
Every day it gets easier.
no matter how stressful the situation may become,
That's always been there, guiding you.
no matter how difficult it may seem, no matter how much you may get frustrated at yourself, at your partner and others, or the situation along this journey, I wonder if you'd be willing to just accept the fact that you're unwilling to let any of that get in the way.
They get more of. What are you focused on?
And if you have decided that you are unwilling to let anything get in the way, just go ahead and gently nod your head,
Your health.
so that you know, so that your partner knows that you are committed. The more committed you are in this moment, the more successful you will be. And many people have accomplished this goal or goals similar to it, haven't they? And if they can do it, you can do it.
Whatever it is.
And even in those times when you might have in the past thought, well, maybe I could just do it another time, you could ask yourself that question.
You're doing perfectly.
If not now, when? Because the truth is, there will never be a better time to accomplish this adventure than right here, right now. It will never be easier than it is right now. And so by making the decision right now to stay the course and to continue along that journey as you approach that mountain, you'll notice that it is becoming easier.
You are becoming the person.
Because you can see, hear, and feel the support from your partner, those encouraging words, that look on their face,
How will you know
the pressure of their hand in yours,
your goal,
and you know that this is a worthwhile
your success?
adventure. And you're coming to find here in the coming days, weeks, months, and even years that the more difficult the situation you're facing, the more challenging the person you're dealing with, the more relaxed you become. Because you've realized that you handle every situation and every person more effectively and more efficiently, the more relaxed you are. And even in those times when things may seem like they shouldn't seem, like you don't want them to seem, like they're not part of the plan, you can just let that all go as you focus.
Let that decision
Focus on taking the next step.
in your mind.
And you may find that from time to time, you may fall behind as well, and your partner
Whether a person believes they can,
Your partner is pulling you along.
They can't.
And you may stumble along this path,
What do you believe?
and your partner helps you back up.
You can do
And in their eyes, you see the love and the encouragement.
doing it.
And that love and encouragement
Becoming more and more
pushes you,
successful
pulls you,
with each and every passing
helps
day.
to guide you to greater strength, greater patience and perseverance.
Taking deep,
If not
relaxing
now,
breaths
when?
helps one deal with stressful situations.
And this journey's getting easier, isn't it? You've probably already noticed that you're really starting to enjoy it.
To get in the way
And perhaps there's some
of your success.
obstacles, some small barriers, and you enjoy helping each other over those barriers, going around those obstacles, working together to accomplish this important goal. Good, that's right. You're doing perfectly, just relaxing and just letting go. Knowing deep in your heart that that love, that connection is growing with every step that the two of you take together as you begin to ascend that mountain. And perhaps right there, within view, you can see the top of that mountain. As you realize that mountain wasn't as tall as you once thought it was. As you begin to climb it, you find that it's actually much smaller, much easier to climb.
You don't need to pay attention on a conscious level.
And as you continue moving forward, you continue to help each other, to encourage each other. And even when you look at them or you hear their voice and you don't see or hear what you hoped or expected or wanted to see or hear, you can continue to send back that love and encouragement. And you find that
every choice counts. Every decision
affects them.
Matters.
And it affects them and they send it right back to you.
You're eliminating the choice.
Because everyone has different ways of
failure.
Coping. And just because you're not in the same place emotionally does not mean that you're not still together, 100% committed, loving, caring, giving to each other. And so you continue to climb up this mountain. And you can see the top now. Both of you can see the top. And I wonder if you've decided for that last part to just go ahead and boost your partner up a bit so they can get to the top. And they reach down and they pull you up with them and you stand together. You stand together and you raise your arms.
You're easily creating a clear and natural
Good. Together like winners, the winners that you are. And I wonder if you can feel the chills in your body now that you'll feel, that you're starting to already feel as you realize you are successful. And as you're standing on the top of that mountain, you look in your partner's eyes and you realize that this was much easier than you ever thought it would be. And as you look back over the journey that you just took together, you realize that there were some obstacles, some barriers, but it was all worth it. It was all worth that because now you realize that you can do so many more things. You feel a stronger connection, a stronger bond, stronger than ever. And along that journey, you realize that those words that your partner said to you, those looks that they gave you, that encouraging touch, helped you, and you helped them. And together you've accomplished this important goal. You've completed this adventure, and now as you look out ahead of you, I wonder if you see other adventures, new challenges, new adventures that you'd like to tackle next, either individually or together, realizing that because you're in this strong, powerful partnership, those individual adventures aren't necessarily individual anymore because you still feel that love and connection, even when you're apart, even when you're going on your own adventure.
You are stronger and more capable.
And as you begin now to walk down that mountain, you find that it really wasn't very tall at all. In fact, when you look back, it looks more like a hill, a small hill. And you realize that you could have done that all along. You could have easily accomplished that goal last week, last year, or in previous years. And you're glad that you did it today because you worked together and strengthened that bond and feel that connection now. In your mind, grab your partner's hand or hold them close, physically, mentally. Look in their eyes.
You are releasing any and all resistance.
Feel that connection, feel that love, that appreciation for who they are, for who you are, and for what you are together.
You love yourself.
In fact, perhaps you can even see this bond between you.
No one.
Perhaps it's even becoming more like a force field, and this force field goes with you individually, and when you come together, it's even stronger, more powerful. It's like a bubble around you where you're not affected by outside circumstance, outside conditions, outside people. You take in only what you need to take in and leave everything else behind, because you are a team.
That's right.
And perhaps you're already talking about what adventure you're going on next, what challenge you're looking forward to overcoming. And because you've accomplished this goal, those other goals become easier to accomplish, more exciting, more fun. And by simply doing these adventures together, you'll find that your love is growing, becoming more powerful each and every day. And you continue to find over time that the more difficult the situation you're facing, the more challenging the person you're dealing with, the more relaxed you become. Because you do handle every situation, every person, more effectively and more efficiently, the more relaxed you are. Good, that's right, you're doing perfectly. Just relaxing, just letting go. Good. That's right. And as you scan back through this entire session now, you can become aware of anything that you may have needed to see or hear or feel. And if you need to, you can imagine that it happened right here, right now. So that this is the most powerful hypnotic session that it could possibly be. And as you look forward, becoming aware of all the changes that are happening to you now that you've accomplished this goal physically, mentally, emotionally, allow those changes to become cemented in your body and mind. And that little voice within you tells you that you're proud of you and you're proud of the two of you. And you constantly hear those words of encouragement from yourself and your partner as you're looking forward to encouraging your partner every chance you get, to being kind and loving, supportive, patient, and kind. And then just make it all permanent within you.
Can you think of or see anything that might
Lock it all in physically, mentally, and emotionally, because in just a moment it will be time to return to your normal state, and I'm going to count from 1 to 5.
You can just ignore any suggestions.
If this is a normal time for sleep, you can continue resting or sleeping comfortably, only awakening at a time that is appropriate to do so, ignoring all suggestions to wake. If this is a time to be wide awake and alert, then on the count of 5, you can open your eyes, feeling rested, refreshed, invigorated, eager to accomplish this goal. So now as I say 1, you start to come back feeling more confident in your ability to accomplish any goal with your partner. 2, coming back feeling more motivated, more determined than ever to work together even when you're working separately. 3, coming back to your normal state, perhaps wiggling the fingers and toes a bit, maybe even feeling as if you've had several hours of deep, refreshing sleep. 4, stretching and moving the body, coming all the way back now. All the way back. Whenever you're ready, just opening your eyes, feeling rested, refreshed, revitalized. All the way back now. All the way back.